Hi guys, welcome back to the channels. Today we're still working on the RV. I wanted to show you how far I got on it. We've had also this week, we've had realtors in through here. We're interviewing our realtors to see which one is going to do the best job on listing this house for sale once we get to that stage. Hopefully within weeks now. Got lots of packing up still to do. This is like, this garage is like a construction site right now. I've got the new butcher block countertop out ready to cut and router and stain. But I'm gonna catch you up first and show you the point that I've gotten to in the RV with the cabinets and dishwasher installation. Stay tuned. And welcome back. Let's go for a little tour through the RV. And I'll show you here. This is the garage. Like I said, it's all a work environment right now. I've got hardware out. I've got old cabinet pieces that I haven't used yet. Our built-in trash can out here. So it's going to involve a lot of cleanup once I get this project done, but I'm getting to the last stretch here. I feel one of the hardest parts has been trying to find the correct plumbing hardware. Guys, I hate plumbing. I'd rather do electrical work than plumbing because it seems like every single one of their pipes, tubes, fittings are a different thread size, and it's driving me nuts. I had like under cabinet or under sink kits for, you know, the drain kits. I ended up buying like, I think 4 different sets. Finally I found one that worked, and so I got a bunch of returns to do now. I've been back and forth to Lowe's for little fittings and tees and stuff that some of it I found at Lowe's, some of it I had to find custom online from Amazon. But now I'm getting I got it all set up here. Let me show you. I was able to find a double sink drain kit with a tube that comes off of the back here, because you need to drain. Right there's the black fitting for the tube, and that dishwasher drain tube is that clear tube up. It goes over the water heater there and goes out our access hole right there to the back of the cabinets. And I got our fresh water hotline fresh water T hooked up. Found those fittings finally and tested it out. I did a dry run on, or I should say a wet run on the dishwasher last night finally, and everything worked great. All my connections in the back, no leaks for the supply line or the return drain tube. Cabinets are all solid. I'm shaking this. They're all solid mounted to the floor. I'll show you how I built kind of like little sleighs for these to raise sleds out of 2x4s to bolt down the insides. As you can see, my screw holes there on each cabinet all the way around here. Dishwasher worked great. You see it's still got condensation inside, and it was very, very quiet. So that's the Edge Star brand in the silver color. And I was able to remove this drawer, and I used part of the drawer as an insert so that if you want to stick your laptop and charger in here or something while you're on travel days, you've got a nice pocket in here where it's not going to slide out. You know, because my original idea was just put a piece of wood across here, but then I was thinking it could slide out. But I was going to have I'm going to have a bar top here as well. So I thought that lip might help. But then I thought, well, I could use this piece of the drawer since I'm not going to use the drawer. And I just kind of rigged it in here. I got a 2x4 on this side to space it out. And I used the drawer front right here. So when you're looking from this way, once the countertop's on, it looks like a finished side in there, matching gray. And my idea is when I'm staining the butcher block, I'm going to remove this piece. This is easily removable. I just got to remove these 2 screws and this tray will pull out. And then I plan on seeing if this will take the stain. I think it will if I do a light sanding on it and then stain this the same as the butcher block. So when you see the butcher block and you're looking back in here, that's going to look like it matches. So it's coming together good. I do want to cut I got trim that I ordered as well. So I'm going to cut a trim to go below the front here and miter it and go down that side there. So a nice clean quarter lower molding there, and it'll fill in that gap there below that cabinet. So that's my remaining idea, and I got the butcher block out, table's all set up. Let me show you the butcher block. I got to make an important cut today. Don't want to mess it up. This is like a $300 piece of butcher block that I ordered off of, I think I ordered it from Lowe's. It could have been Home Depot, I forget now at this point. But here's our butcher block. And after you unseal this, you're supposed to have it stained within 24 to 48 hours to prevent from warpage and stuff like that. So today's definitely going to be a staining day. And routing, cutting, rounding the edges with the router, and applying some stain to it after we prep it with stain prep. And then hopefully by tomorrow we'll be applying some of the first coats of the poly coat. I got a warm satin. I'll show you over here. Here's the staining materials. Okay, this is the polyurethane. This one I ordered by accident. This is warm semi-gloss, and I wanted to get warm satin. So this is warm satin right here, and I thought this was a quart I ordered, so it wasn't, so I ordered another one. So I got 2 of those for polycoat. This is the dark walnut stain, and I'm going to try to get it to as close to match the interior existing wood cabinets. So that'll determine how many coats I put on there. This is the polyurethane. Well, this is the one I'm not going to use. And this is the, this isn't for that job. I also have a prep, a stain prep somewhere around here I got to find. So it's another hot one. Already beading sweat, and I haven't done an ounce of work yet. Stick around. I'll show you the next step as we get to it. All right, guys, I think I figured out this router. I've already done the bar, the bar overhang with the router on the bullnose corner. I did the top and bottoms here. So that was my practice piece in case I messed up, because I had another spare piece of butcher block behind that, you see, just in case I could cut another bar piece. But I can't do that with the countertop. So that countertop, since I've got the practice now, I'm going to go ahead and show you how the Ryobi router works out for me with the bullnose bit. Now let me show you first. I got this bit kit with the, I ordered it when I ordered the Ryobi router. So I'll leave a link to this as well as this Ryobi router right here. In case anybody's interested, I'll leave it in the video description, the link to this. There's the bullnose fitting on it right now. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot and bullnose our countertop now. All right, guys, so it turns out routering is not as scary as I thought. The only scary part was it was my first time trying routering and on a $300 piece of butcher block. So I got it done, all nice rounded corners on the top side and bottom side, except for the back. I kept the back flat. That's going to be up against the wall of the RV. And then all bull nose round all the way around the other 3 edges. And it turned out great. Ryobi router worked good. Now if you're doing bigger projects repeatedly over time, you probably want to get like a bigger router than that Ryobi, because some of the times it was struggling, especially going against the grain on the butcher block. When I was going the lengthwise of the butcher block, it streamed right through it, but then it slowed down on the different pieces against the grain. But it did fine, so I would recommend the Ryobi router. I like that it's portable and uses all the same battery, all the same Ryobi batteries I already have in my collection. So next thing I got to do is, I think I'm going to hose off this driveway. I want to get all the dust particles off, sand dust and everything, because when I set up to start staining these 2 pieces, this and the bar top, I don't want any dust particles to get into our stain or the polyurethane. So we're going to declutter the dust first, and then I'll get it set up and staged for staining. First it's stain prep, and then the actual stain, which is going to be several coats, several hours, probably a couple of days as well before it's completely finished. I can't wait to see the finished product on top of those cabinets in there, but it'll be there soon. And I'm sure, let me get back to this, the router, I'm sure there's going to be some professionals in the comments like never before. I've heard them all before on other tools I've used and everything, and they're going to say, oh, you didn't turn on, it's a safety hazard, he didn't wear the proper equipment. I did wear extra eyeglass covering, and I wore a dust mask. And they're going to say, oh no, you're supposed to turn it off within a second after you stop the router cut, to stop that dangerous blade. Guys, I did just fine, so chill out on the comments. And I'm just sharing my experience with you. Be careful if you go using a router for the first time like I was, and you'll do fine. All right, here we go. Stain. First coat going on. Oh my goodness, this is dark. Now it says it dries in about an hour, so we'll let this dry an hour, and then I'll flip them and do the other side. I think we're only going to need 1 coat of this dark walnut, and this is the it's supposed to be like 3 times coverage, so you don't have to use multiple coats. And I see here now I don't have to use, I think I'm only going to use 1 coat at this point unless it gets any lighter. But this is actually a little bit darker than I wanted, but I like it. It looks nice, richly finished. And once we get that satin coat, silky smooth polyurethane on top, I think it's going to really stand out. So it says ultra fast drying time on this. It says it dries in about 1 hour. So I'm timing it now, and I'll come back and flip them and do the other side. All right, I got it all stained. Let me give you a look at it. I'm out here in the garage. It started, I saw dark clouds coming over, so I grabbed everything and pulled the tables inside before it started raining. We got a couple thunder showers here, so I couldn't continue on anymore today, but here's what we got so far. and it's looking pretty good. It's darker than I wanted. I was thinking more of a shade like this. I did hit that like drawer insert part. I removed that from the cabinets in there, and this is not really wood. It's just a, I don't know, a laminate type piece, but I stained it a bit. We'll see how it looks when it's installed, but I can easily remove it and maybe spray paint it a walnut, or I do have this paint here. That's what this was here, this Valspar paint that I used on the pull door, and it's a walnut, so I could just hit it with that right there. There's Pixie. Say hi, Pixie. Pixie's out here with me, and I got the fans going up here, so it's drying real nice. And here's a close-up shot of the butcher block. Oh yeah, it's dry now. So I mean, I'm not disappointed that it's a darker shade, but I thought, you know, being a lighter shade, it might show the different, you know, butcher block planks more, you know, kind of like you see this one here, and then this one here, and then this one's lighter. But maybe it'll bring it out more with the polyurethane coating on it. We'll see. I'm gonna live with it. Either way, it still looks great, and it's gonna be beautiful in there. Right, Pixie? Pixie, you're not even listening to me, and you're on the movies. Okay, I got the bar top over here on this bench, and that turned out just as well. And I'm going to flip these over. I did do both sides of both of those, the countertop and the bar top. So I'm going to pick the best side to flip up when I go ahead and mount them. So I can't wait for the day to mount them, but I got, you know, tomorrow I got to do polycoat. And I don't know how many polycoats. In between polycoat, you're supposed to do I don't know, maybe a 220 sand, light sand on it to keep it nice and smooth, so that the next polycoat is smoother and creamier and clearer. Gives you that clear vision, kind of like it's coated with some glass, but we're not using, you know, a real shiny polycoat. I got the warm satin color, so just going to put a kind of like a sheen on it to give it some sort of a glossy finished effect. And so that's what I'm looking forward to, and I can't wait to see it all mounted up. Guys, I'm going to end the video here now, but I hope to see you on the next one, so stay tuned, because we're going to see how this looks in the RV, and probably in that video I'll have it all cleaned up and everything, the RV, and just show the finished look. I'm hoping for good results. I'll see you guys on the next one. What are you doing? Climbing around like a little monkey, right? Yeah, you're happy out here climbing around with daddies? Okay, let's go back inside. It's too hot out here. Okay, come on. Come on.